Okay, let's back this in there again. See how well we can do. Go, go, go. Oh. And we're already up to 350,000 litres, so this will put us at 4. It's all good. Okay, that's as far back as we can go. Let's very, very gingerly move forwards. See what we can fill up on the way. Oh, we're done. Okay then. So, very quick stop at the weather. Rain, rain, rain. Oh, this looks horrible. So 8 o'clock it'll stop raining. By 00 it'll be ready to harvest. Then 6 o'clock in the morning rain. 7 o'clock in the morning rain. We could probably get back in the fields around 10 or 11 tomorrow. So it is what it is. Let's go faster. And also, as we're doing the further away strips of grass, it means the trips to the farm get quicker. I wonder if I come in from this angle, if I leave the field at this angle, I might just be able to make that turn out in one. Maybe, possibly. Don't think I can reverse into the corner to get that. This wagon's too long. Yeah. The wagon's too long. Okay, let's head back over there. My doubt is. Oh, that was a recent mod. You can get a mod that will scare the animals away when you toot your horn. I don't have it installed. I thought that was kind of cute. Hi, what you doing?
Nothing. Hi.
Yeah. Good grief. Oh no, we're only at 4,000. That's good.
Hello.
It's late.
Woof.
Woof to you too. Bye. I guess the other nice thing about this wagon is I can keep the lid closed while we're collecting. I don't think I've got a cover for the other wagon that we use with the forage harvester. I could consider another forage wagon rather, because that one we got is kind of a general grain cart. It's not absolutely designed for forage. Oh crap, that's the other thing we need. By next fall we're going to need a bigger forage harvester too. So much stuff needs to get done. right into the corner there either. Shame. Okay, this side of the field's actually looking nice and clear. And we're at 2:18, 2:20, call it. So we've got about an hour and 40 minutes before the rain comes, and then we are going to have difficulties, I guess. Yeah. Pickup head on this is way too far back to work these corners. I wonder if I can do a crazy tight turn around the edge just to grab that. Okay, if we're going to grab it, I just did. No guarantees, we managed it, yes. So, that was good. Going to meander over this and miss half of it, I guess. So I've only got 5 rows left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus headlands. This is not looking too bad, and I might manage to get this done before the rain comes, which will be super awesome. Okay. So I'm going to grab this row. Looks like we've got a very short row, 2 to the right. We'll see how much of that we can grab. Then I might go and see if I can finagle the corner grass. And we'll fill the wagon up, head back to the yard, if we need to. And the Valtra's finished, so that would be a thing too. Maybe I'm gonna end up Valtraing tomorrow morning after the rain's finished, just to see how much of that tiny field we can get done. Plus we're going to have to get the windrower out early so that it's a little bit ahead of us when we get to picking up the grass later. Okay, how's that looking? We are at, I'm looking in completely the wrong place, 44,000, I guess. So that's 47. 50. Okay, so we made it a short way down there. Kind of liking the look of this at the moment. We are definitely getting quite good. So what I was saying was if I go out this way, then turn, tractor should not make that turn. Well, nuts. Take advantage of crappy farm sim physics and actually force the trailer to let us round that corner. But the trick is to stay away from that hedge so that the left side of the trailer doesn't get hooked up on it. I think I'm doing okay with that. Not the greatest, but kind of okay. And depending how bad the weather is later in the month, we might be able to do a couple of baling contracts if there are any. Problem is now we are definitely looking at the dregs of what's available to do contracts on. Okay, can I go? Go. Charge up that hill. Yeah. And you can do a dump from up there. Okay, I'm going to quickly check. Environmental score on there, so we don't have the bottom two, which I think is tillage and weed control. You don't get weeds on grass, and tillage is tillage. We don't have a direct drill. This one is definitely better. We do have weed control, and we do have tillage. Interesting. That one's dropped on the pH. Oh, sorry, nitrogen. That's not good. That one is kind of perfect for us. So we lost a little bit on nitrogen there. I messed up somewhere along the lines. Anyway, let's see how much of this I can. Trying to make it easier for me to reverse the trailer back up there. As I said, we're probably going to have to pull Merlot in to shovel some of that. And hopefully not get stuck. And then the 940 we'll use on the weight, on the roller, to get it as flat as we can. But this is a really tight business this time. We've only ever put 3 fields in there, 2 fields in there, and now we've got 5. It's gonna be tough. Whoops, donked the trailer on the hedge because it was being helpful. How are we doing with additive? Additive, we're still good. Probably gonna make... I think we're gonna finish this field before we run out of additive or adjectives. Still kind of happy with how this has worked. This has gone really well. We're on the second field. We still have time in the day to get stuff done. And the only aggravation we've got is pending weather. Now, potentially, when we get to... If I get those 4 close-in grass fields, they will be kind of part of the primary cut. And we're not going to be able to forage quite so much grass, at least this time of year. And the problem we have right now is the grass... or the crops that we're doing. I can forage the corn and it gives me enough time to get a cut November and a cut in spring before we replant it. Other crops might not give us that sort of leeway, but I may need to look at spreading things out. So don't know if we can forage any other crop earlier. That would be a bit of an advantage. I don't know if we can forage... I mean, if we forage any crop later than we did, which was, what, August, then that gives us a November cut. But if I'm foraging in September or October, then I'm just going to be planting grass on that field as a cover for the winter, and we'll cut it in spring. And spring appears to be a little bit drier, so we might be able to get things done that way. But we are borderline time starved for some of these tasks now. So being able to distribute our harvests over multiple months. We've got 4 days a month. I think my concern is I'd like to get my fields done before November 3 or 4. If we get them all done by November 2, that will mean that the crop will be ready, you know, they'll be fermented and ready to sell by November, by December 2. Not exactly right, but it works. So, coming up on 3 o'clock, we have probably a wagon and a half, and then we're done. Be happy with that. And momentum carries us into the hedge again. Yes. It's a little bit too much weight behind the tractor. I do have a weight on the front of it, so it is counterbalancing it slightly. So tomorrow, I've got to do all the other 2 fields after midday because of the weather. I mean, we might get lucky and be able to row it early. Collecting might be a challenge because this is a heavy piece of equipment. I don't have anything that tells me how heavy this is, but it's going to be a challenge to run on muddy fields. And we've got rain pane and mud mods active, so that's all going to cause us issues with weather, because why not? It's all good fun. Okay, guess I'm trying to build a ramp again. Okay. And we are down to 40% silage additive. I think we've got more than enough to get the end of this field. Ooh, bouncy, bouncy, crashy, crashy. So what are we looking at? Real time, 11:15. I might think about ending the stream a little bit shorter than I usually do. We have put out a lot of YouTube videos for last week, which haven't even caught up yet. So give the opportunity for the YouTube people to catch up. But also, I need to rest my hip. So I'm fairly certain. My doctor told me I had arthritis in my back and a broken vertebra, and I have to see a specialist about that. But I'm thinking there are implications. I have arthritis in other joints. My hips and shoulders are prime candidates, and she has said that my shoulders are sort of slightly arthritic, and that was like 10 years ago. So I think I've got an arthritic hip, right hip, which a lot of the times is just, yes, you've got arthritis pain in this hip, but every so often I'll wake up for a day of, yes, it's arthritic and you're putting weight on it, and I don't like that. So every time I put weight on my hip, it's a problem. There's a lot of pain involved. We did get a walker, so I can at least get around using a walker, and it's not going to be quite so much strain. But it is giving me problems getting around up and down stairs and what have you to the basement. Oh, I'm at the wrong end of the field. That's sad. Kind of want to use my 12,000 litres to get what's down the other end of the field rather than collect everything by the entrance. Obviously the entrance is going to be the easiest thing to collect on, or shortest trip back. So, loading wagon needs a service. Actually, that's not too bad. I'm probably going to run it until we're done collecting the day, and then we'll take it in to the shed and get it fixed. Missed. I can't remember whether I bought that new or whether it's a used vehicle. We have been very lucky with what used vehicles come up. I mean, we were lucky the 800 came up, although I would have liked something in a darker shade of red rather than green, because we have been rather heavily green on the farm so far. And but that's not a big deal. It was a vehicle engine size I was looking for. We got lucky with the square baler. I'd kind of made the choice. Maybe the game's listening to me, but I'd made the choice that we'd probably do better with a square baler for hay contracts. And oh look, we got a square baler turn up in the shop. And last week I was talking about changing the windrower from the one we were using, which drops left or right, which means I can't do what I did today of copy a courseplay course from the windrower tractor onto the collecting vehicle. So that was just something of, that came up, that's nice, and I have the money to pay for it because it was half price. Plus it makes my mowing jobs easier because I can follow me with either the loading wagon or a baler. And now that we've got the square baler can bale up an entire field. I don't have to monitor it. So for a hay contract, we have to send out the voucher with the mower. We have to send out the Renault with the Tedder, then we have to follow up with the Valtra and the no, then we can just go with any tractor in the stable with our new windrower or our new to us windrower, and I can put a square baler on this one and we can literally get a hay contract done in one cycle with 4 tractors running. So I'm kind of good with that. And then the same again with silage contracts. I can run around with the mower and the windrower, and then the baler can just follow me on the windrower. Well, yeah, on the windrower, and we're all good to do all the things, obviously. And it doesn't. That's the thing with copy the courseplay course, I don't have to follow me, which means I don't have to limit the speed that the windrower is running around to a speed that the baler can keep up with, which is a problem in the past when we were back on lawn folds in Farm Sim 17. I did use courseplay. This is the first farm I've used courseplay on. And so on lawn folds, what I was doing, I had a tractor running a mowing set up, follow me with either a windrow or a tedder, follow that with a windrower or a baler, and then follow the baler with a wrapper if you were making silage. And I had 4 tractors running, just doing all of the jobs, but you had to follow the tractor in front. So if I was doing a wrapping contract, I would have to run the mower at about 6 miles an hour just so that it would not lose the wrapper way back. And for some reason that didn't turn on okay. But with courseplay, I can send the mower out, I can send a tedder out if needed, and it can follow later. But when it comes to the windrowing, I can set the windrower up on a courseplay, and then I can copy that course into the baler. And I don't have to worry about, oh, is it going slow enough for the baler to keep up? The baler will just do its thing. And the nice thing is baler wrapper. It's a worker. The worker will stop and transfer and all the rest of the stuff, and it will all be good, and I won't get frustrated because I have to keep stopping and I'm reading chat text or looking at chat text. I'm